So, good morning, students, and welcome to today's class. We are doing linear equations in two variables. My name is Madhuri Mangle from LK Wagji MPS Secondary Section School, Matunga. And we are doing this is chapter 5 from Maths 1. And today we will be learning something very nice and new. Let's quickly revise on what we did so far. So first thing, the standard form. You should know the standard form very nicely. It is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Ax plus by plus c equals to 0, or it is ax plus by equals to c, where a, b, c can be any real numbers, and strictly a or b, both of them should not be equal to 0. Correct? Why not 0? Because if a is equals to 0, then x term will not be there, so it won't be a linear equation in two variables. All right, and then we saw how to check if the given linear equation is a linear equation in two variables. Okay, so if we are given an equation, how to identify if it is a linear equation in two variables. So the steps are, first you need to check the degree. The degree should be 1, and second thing, the number of variables. The number of variables should be 2, right? Then next we saw what is the meaning of simultaneous equations. Okay, so simultaneous equations means that when we are looking at two linear equations in two variables at the same time, when we are looking at two equations, that is called as simultaneous equations. All right, and here you can see an example. These are two equations in p and q. These are two equations in p and q, so these are called as simultaneous equations, right? And lastly, we saw how to solve these simultaneous equations using elimination method. We did yesterday very nice problems, and you all did a good job on getting most of the answers right. Today also we will be working together on each and every problem, right? But before that, what we are going to learn today, what are we going to practice? So we will be looking at various types of word problems. Okay, now these word problems, they can be based on numbers, okay, or they can be based on age, problems based on age, or it can be problems based on fractions, problems based on money transactions, okay, interest, compound interest, simple interest type of problems, then problems which are based on speed, distance, time, and finally some problems which are based on geometrical properties. Okay, so for today we will be looking at very simple 2 to 3 type of questions only. Fine, so are you ready for this class? Yes, so you know the instructions already. How do we begin? You need to go to Google, right? And what are you supposed to Google in? Yes, students, you already know it, right? So you need to go to Google and then Google in joinmyquiz.com. You need to Google in joinmyquiz.com. And once you Google that, you will be able to see a screen like this, quizzes, and you need to enter a game code, right? I will provide you the code. Once you enter the code, it will ask to enter your name, and enter your name with your school name and hit start. And here you will be on the dashboard waiting for players to join. Okay, so let me quickly generate the code. Till then, remember this, just try this out. Yes. So on the screen, you can see the code. It's 370212. The code is 370212. Students, quickly. So Sujay Mishra, Faiza, Pushpa, Astha, Nilesh, Shubham, Abhay, very good students. Once again, let me repeat the process. You need to go to Google in joinmyquiz.com, and then it will ask for a code. The code is 370212. 370212 is the code. 370212, that's the code. And once you enter the code, it will ask for a name. Enter your name, full name, and once you enter the name and hit enter, you will be here on the dashboard. Okay, we will wait for few more participants and then begin. Yes, students, please be quick because we have limited time today, right? So we have to do more problems. Arif, Shivam, Rehan, Chirag, very good. Thank you for joining. Himanshu, Shivomkar, Arif, very good students. Others, please quickly join. We see there are more than 200 participants. Please join quickly. Another 10 seconds. I will repeat the process here. Just a minute. Let me share the directions once again. So you need to go to Google, go to a web browser and enter in over here joinmyquiz.com. Okay, and you need to go to this link for students, joinmyquiz.com. Once you click on that link, it will show a page like this. Okay, and then you need to enter the code over here. The code is 370212. It's 370212. Once you enter the code, it will ask for a name, and there you are. Just enter your name and click on start. You will be here on the dashboard waiting for other players to join. Yes, so 45 participants are already there. 5 more participants and then we quickly begin. Siddhi, Shamsuddin, Swatantra, Sakshi Tiwari. I remember these names. Nice to see you all again. 4 more participants quickly. Students, you need to participate because I need to know how many of you are actually solving and working the problems out with me and how many of you are getting them right also. Correct? So there are good number of participants and let us begin. So we move to the board area and this is our first question. Let me quickly confirm. Yes, this is our first question. And let's start working it out. So first question says we are working on word problems. So how do we begin? Always start with setting up the variables. Now, what does this mean by setting up the variables? It means like we need to set up two variables, x and y, or maybe a, b, or m, n, or p, q, right? Any variables, right? And how do you know like what should be x and what should be y? So look at the question. Always look for what is asked. We are asked to find the numbers. So there are two numbers. Sum of two numbers is 105. There are two numbers. So we start with let the numbers be x and y. Let the numbers be x and y. So there are two numbers, x and y. Okay. Now, whenever, if there are two numbers, clearly one has to be greater and one has to be less, correct? One has to be smaller and one has to be greater, right? So here we say let x be the greater number. So instead of writing it out so much, let me just put it up over here that the greater number is equals to x and the smaller number is equals to y. Fine. So first step, set up the variables. Second step, get the equations. Okay. So as per the first condition, which is given over here, it says sum of two numbers is 105. Now, what is the meaning of sum? Sum means addition. So adding these two numbers, we should get 105. So it is like this, sum of x and y is equals to 105. So the first equation will be x plus y equals to 105. This is our first equation. Okay. Now look at the second condition. The second condition says if the greater number is x. So if x is divided, we are dividing x by the smaller number is y. So if x is divided by the smaller number, then the quotient is equal to 3 and the remainder is equal to 5. Okay, just look at the question once again. So here it says the greater number is divided by the smaller number and the quotient is 3 and the remainder is 5. Okay, so we have just written out the information over here. Quotient is 3 and remainder is 5. Now how do we get equation? So always for this type of situation we use the standard form. The standard form is dividend equals to divisor times quotient plus remainder. Okay, this is the formula we use whenever we are given a situation or a problem which is based on division. Okay, so you know the quotient, you know the remainder, you know the dividend and the divisor. X is divided, so here X is the dividend, right? So the equation will be, please take a look at this very carefully students, because same type of question will be there. Next question will be of same type, and you have to get the equations. Okay, on the quiz it will ask you to identify the equations. So for that you need to understand how we are getting the equations. So first one was very easy because it was straight. Sum of two variables or sum of two numbers is 105. So that was very easy. X plus y equals to 105. Now look at the second one. From the second condition, how do we get the equation? Dividend equals to divisor times quotient plus the remainder. Okay, so what is the dividend? X is divided, so X is the dividend, that is equals to divisor. Y is dividing it, so Y is the divisor times quotient. Quotient is 3 plus the remainder is 5. So the equation is X equals to 3y plus 5. This is the second equation. But remember students that we need to write it in the standard form. And what is the standard form? Standard form is ax plus by equals to c. So get the x and the y terms on one side. So this will be the equation we have got is x equals to 3y plus 5. Get this y on this side. So that will be x minus 3y equals to 5. This is the second equation. Okay, I hope this is very clear. All right, students. And now we have to solve this. Now we have to solve these two equations. Solving part is very easy because we have been practicing this since last few days, right? So how do we begin? We write out the equations first. So x plus y equals to 105. This is the first equation. And x minus 3y equals to 5. This is the second equation, right? And look at the coefficients of x. The coefficients of x are 1 and 1. That means we can cross them out, right? So should we add or subtract? Should we add or subtract? Adding will give a 2x, subtracting will cross them out, right? So here we will write a statement. What should be the statement? We are subtracting. So subtracting equation 2 from equation 1. Okay, so we are subtracting equation 2 from equation 1. There, I have mentioned it over here. We are subtracting the equation 2 from equation 1. And what do you mean by subtraction? We need to change the signs of the bottom row. Very important step. You should not miss on this. So minus, plus and minus. This positive becomes negative, negative becomes positive, 5 is positive, it becomes negative. And now let's solve it. So what will happen? Plus x and minus x will get crossed out, right students? 3 plus 1, this is 1 over here. So 3 plus 1 is 4y, which is equals to 100 minus 5, that is 100. And 4 here is in multiplication, other side it will divide. So y equals to 100 over 4, that means y equals to, yes, you're right, it's 25. So we have got y equals to 25. And now we need to find x. And that part, you are going to do it, right, students? So we are going to solve for x now. Rather, you all are going to solve for x. So the statement should be put y equals to 25 in any one of those equations. So let us use equation 1. So put y equals to 25 in equation 1. Equation 1 is x plus y equals to 105. X plus y equals to 105. Substitute the value of y over here and you'll get the value of x, right? And then you need to write it as the solution. So solution, always write x first and then y. Correct, students? So once again, before you get it wrong, let me give you this hint that we have got y. So y goes in the second place, that is over here. And once you get the value of x, you need to place it in the first place, right? So I give you 1 minute, solve this part, and you will be able to see this question on the quizzes link. So quickly, you already know y equals to 25. Solve for x. You just need to substitute the value of y here. This is 25. And now you have to shift it to the other side. Decide what operation should be done and get the value of x and get the solution in x comma y format. Once you're done, quickly raise your hands and I'll be there. I will give you this question on quizzes. Yes, 5 of you have got the answers. Great. We'll wait for 10 more seconds. Okay, students, and there you go. You should be able to see the first question. Find the numbers, and you should be able to see the solutions or the options also. So there I am going to show another screen where you will be able to see question of choices. Okay, so you need to go to the quizzes link, go to the quizzes link, and there you need to select any one of these four choices, right? So we had got y equals to 25, y equals to 25. Search for the correct option and select it. Quickly, another 5 seconds and we will stop. So let's check how many of you have got the answers. 37 of you have already got the answers. Okay. And what is the correct one? Another 4 seconds and your time is up then. Great. We already got one answer or one y. We got the value of y to be 25. Check which one shows y is 25. And here this is the solution, right? So once you click on any of the options, you will see submitted and waiting for others to catch up, right? So let me end this question and let's see how many of you have got it right. There we can see so many of you have got it right. So 32 of you have got it right. That's great. Wonderful, students. And let's see what was the correct answer to this. For those who were not able to get it, so just check. 25 is in addition over here. We shift this 25 to the other side. So that will be minus 105 minus 25. Right? And that would be equal to, just a minute. Yes, that should be equal to 80. There's some error, I guess, but no worries. Let us move to next question. Let us move to next question. There you see, this is the next question. And yes, it is similar type of question. Okay, students, this is similar type of question. Now you have to frame the equations. You have to frame the equations. All right. So the first step is to set the variables. We start with let the two numbers be x and y. Correct? Let the two numbers be x and y. Okay, and one is greater, one is smaller, so let the greater one equals to x and let the smaller number is equal to y. Sum of two numbers is 108. This one is very easy, you all have to do this. Okay, so get the equation 1 on your own, write it out on the paper, equation 1, and then check out the second condition. It says greater number, it says greater number is divided, so it's divided by the smaller one, and the quotient is equals to 2 and the remainder that is equals to 18. Okay, I will just write out the formula for you. It is dividend equals to divisor times quotient plus the remainder. Okay, plus the remainder. You need to plug in the values. We know what is greater. Greater is x, the smaller one is y, quotient is 2 and remainder is 18. Okay, and then you need to get the equation in standard form. Standard form means get the x and y terms on one side, that will give you the standard form. Get these two equations and there I am going to add this question on quizzes. There, try to get both the equations. Identify the system of equations. So take some time, don't be in a hurry, take some time. Fine. The question will look like this: identify the system of equations. All right, the sum of two numbers is 108. Try to rule out few choices. Try to rule out few choices. Sum of two numbers is 108. The meaning of sum is addition. So you can see automatically two of the choices they get crossed out. Correct? I see 7 participants have raised their hands. That means they have already got the answers. But still, just look at the board for those who are still trying. Dividend equals to divisor times quotient plus the remainder. Yes, students. And let us see the choices now. Let us see how many of you have got it right. So if I tell it to you over here, x minus y equals to 108, this and x minus y equals to 108, these two choices will get crossed out. Why? Because sum means addition. So you had to select from these two, right? And from these two, again, you need to check the quotient. The quotient is 2. That means you need to multiply this to the divisor, and the divisor was y. So you need to multiply this y with the y with 2. Which is the correct among these two? Right, so let me quickly end the quiz and let's see how many of you have got it right. Fantastic, 17 of you have got it right. Few of you may be confused on the third option. Third option looks confusing for you, right? So yes, so you have selected among those two and third option was confusing. Why? Because maybe you have not tried it properly. So let's look at the board once again. on how to get the second equation. Okay, students, so first was very clear. It was x plus y equals to 108. This was the first equation. And the second one was dividend. So dividend is y. Dividend equals to, yes, dividend is y. So dividend equals to divisor times quotient. So the quotient, yes, so divisor times quotient. So that was 2 times x, isn't it? The greater number is the dividend. Sorry, the greater number is the dividend. So here this has to be x. Yes. So x equals to divisor times the quotient. So divisor is y because y is dividing x. Okay, like this. It's like this. Y divided by x, x divided by y, and the quotient is 2, and you see the remainder is 18. The setup is like this. So x equals to 2 times y plus the remainder is 18. And now you had to get the x and y terms on one side. So that would be shifting 2y to this side. So that would give you x minus 2y equals to 18. That was the second equation. X minus 2y equals to 18. This was the second equation. Wasn't that easy? Okay, and now the next question for you to is to solve these two equations. Okay, so how do you solve these two equations? First, write them out one below the other. So x plus y equals to 108 and x minus 2y equals to 18. Okay, what should be done? Elimination method. What gets eliminated? Look at the coefficients of x and coefficients of y. Coefficients of x is same. Should we add or subtract? So we have to subtract because the coefficients are same with same signs. So subtracting equation 2 from 1. Okay, so first equation is written first and second goes second. And now you subtract. When subtracting, you have to be careful with the signs. Change signs of the bottom row. So this would be minus, this negative becomes positive, this positive becomes negative. X terms will get crossed out. We are left with 2 plus 1, that is 3y equals to what? That is equals to 90, correct? And what is y? So you find out what is y. You find out what is y, and then you need to plug this value or put y equals to that value in any one of the equation. Let us say in equation 1. Okay, put the value in equation 1 and you will get the value of x. So x plus that value of y is equals to 108. And then solving, you will get the solution. The solution should be in the form x comma y, right? Solution should be of the form x comma y. So I give you 5 seconds, take 10 seconds at least and work it out properly. So 3y equals to 90. 3 is in multiplication, it would divide. 90 divided by 3, that would give you what? So y would be 90 divided by 3. I'm giving you a lot of hints. So y equals to something. And that value you substitute it over here in the first equation and solve to get the value of x. Come on, students, you can do it. Those are just simple 2-3 steps and you get the solution. Write it in x comma y format and you have the answers. And there on the quizzes, I'm going to add the next slide, which would show the same question with the solution this time. So there on the quizzes, move to quizzes board and you would be able to see the same question where it is asking find the numbers. Find the numbers. Okay. And if you check over here, y equals to 90 divided by 3. 90 divided by 3 is 30, right? You have got the value of y. Y is equals to 30. Plug in the value over here. That would be x plus 90 equals to 108. Shift this 90 to the other side. What is the value of x that you get? Y is already 30. We know this. Look at the choices carefully. Look at the choices carefully. Which choices have y as 30? That means the other choices gets crossed out. And carefully solve for x. Okay, solve for x carefully. X plus 90 equals to 108. Shift this 90 to the other side. You'll get the value of x. So among those two choices, you'll get the correct answer. Quickly, I'll give you only 5 more seconds. Only 5 more seconds. For those who are still not able to join this quiz, for them I'll give you the instructions again. You need to go to Google, okay, and Google in joinmyquiz.com. Okay, you need to Google joinmyquiz.com. It will ask you for a code. You need to enter the code. The code is 370212. The code is 370212. Once you enter the code, you should enter your name and you will be here on the quiz board. Let us see how many of you have completed it. 41 of you have got the answers. Yes, others, please quickly submit. You already know the value of y. Y is equals to 30. You just have to solve for x and select the correct one. Okay, and there you go. I'm going to end it. Let's see how many of you have got it right. Wonderful. I see the same names again. And 21 of you have got it right. That's excellent. And let us see how many of why you got the other 7 of you have got it wrong because you selected the 30. 30 was y. Yes. 11 of you who have selected 30 as x. Just check. X is 30 there. We got y as 30. So 30 should be placed in the second position, not the first position. Right? Let us look at this question on the board now. Just a minute. Yes, there on this board. You see why we got this y to be 30. So you need to place this 30 in the second position over here. And we write the value of x first. So x plus 90 equals to 108 plus 90 moves to other side. That will be x equals to 108 minus 90. And it will give you 18. Just a minute. Yeah. You got 30, right? X plus 30. Yes, substitution mistake. Just a minute, students. Here, so this is x plus y. Y we got as 30. You substitute the value of y here 30. So that would give you x equals to 108 minus 30. And that will give you 78. So the solution was 78 comma 30, where you already got 30 as y. So that was to be supposed to be placed in the second position. Fine, no worries. Let us look at the next question now. This is a problem based on money. Okay, so let us first look at what are we asked to find to set up the variables. So here the question is find the number of 5 rupee and 10 rupee notes. Find the number of 5 rupee and 10 rupee notes. Okay, so there are two things. One is the 5 rupee note and the 10 rupee note. So for money type of problems, you can always set up a small table. So there is this 5 rupee note and there is this 10 rupee note. Fine. And the table will somewhat look like this. And you need to set up the variable for them, right? So let the number of nodes, you can mention it over here, number of nodes. Let the number of nodes, because we are asked to find the number of nodes, let the number of nodes be x and y. Okay, so 5 rupees x notes and 10 rupees y notes. All right, let me just erase this part out. Okay, okay, yes. So 5 rupees X notes and 10 rupees Y notes. Okay. And then now let us look at the conditions. The first condition says there are some 5 rupee notes and 10 rupee notes. The total amount of these notes together is 270 rupees. So now if you look at the amount is total 270. Over here you can mention the total. So the total amount is 270 rupees. Okay, so how do we get the amount? 5 rupees notes, there are x notes of 5 rupees, so we multiply to get 5x. Over here the amount will be 5x, and 10 times y will give you 10 times 10y. That will be the amount of those 10 rupee notes. Okay, and adding them up you will get your first equation. Okay, so as per the first equation, first condition, this is the first equation. 5 rupees x notes, 10 rupees y notes. The total amount is 270. So 5x plus 10y equals to 270. This is your first equation. Now let us look at the second condition. So second condition is number of 5 rupee notes are less by 12 than the number of 10 rupee notes. Okay, so number of 5 rupee notes, number of 5 rupee notes, this is x, right? So x is less by 12 than the 10 number of notes. Okay, that means the number of 5 rupee notes is less by 12. It means that if this is y, this is x, x is equals to 12 less than y. So that would be x equals to the second condition. As per the second condition we can say x is equals to y minus 12. Means whatever be the number of 10 rupee notes, the 5 rupee notes are less by 12. Okay, so the number of y rupee notes, the number of 10 rupee notes, that is y minus 12, will give us the number of 5 rupee notes. So x equals to y minus 12. This is the second equation, but we need to write it in standard form. So shift this y to other side, that will become x minus y equals to minus 12. Okay, that is the second equation. So equation number 2. And now we have to solve these two equations to get the solution. Okay, so let us work it out together. Once again, I will repeat the process how we got the equations, because similar type of question will be there next for you and you have to try that out. Okay, so 5 rupee notes is x, 10 rupee notes is y, and total amount is 270. So 5x plus 10y gave us 270. The 5 rupee notes is less by 12 than the 10 rupee notes. So that is the y minus, that is y minus 12. Okay, from the second we are going to subtract 12 and then shift y to one side. That will give you the second equation. Okay, now let's solve these two equations. 5x plus 10y equals to 270 and x minus y equals to minus 12. How do we solve this? This is equation 1, this is equation 2. We can make the y terms same by multiplying equation 2 by 10, right? So what do we get? That will give us 10 times x is 10x minus 10y equals to negative 120. Be careful with this negative sign. Okay, students. And then we look at equation 3 and equation 1. So solving these two together, that would give us 5x minus plus 10y equals to 270. This is our equation 1. Look at them carefully. The y terms are same with opposite signs. What should we do? Should we add or subtract? Yes, students, should we add or subtract? So adding, you're right. Adding those two, we get the value of x. So this will get crossed out. This is 15x equals to, subtract this. This would be 150. And what is x? And what is x? You'll get the value of x over here. Okay, and then once you get the values of x, you try to get the value of y, and there we move to Quizlink, where you will look at the next solution, right? So try out, get the values of x and y, and enter it on the board. Okay, for those who are still trying, let me help you. Here 15 is in multiplication. 15 will shift to other side. That will become division, right? So 150 divided by 10, what is that? You get x equals to 15. Now substitute x equals to 15 in any one of the equations. In any one of the equations. Let's say equation 1. So we have got x equals to 15. And just solve for y. X minus y equals to minus 12. X is 15 minus y equals to minus 12. Shift this minus y to other side. That will become a plus y. And shift, just a minute, students. 15 divided by 10 is how? This is just a minute. We were supposed to divide by, just a second, 15 shifts to that side. That would be x equals to 150 divided by 15. What is x? So x is 10. And now substitute it in the second equation. So put x equals to 10 in equation 2. 10 minus y equals to minus 12. Shift this y to other side and negative 12 to this side. So 10 and negative 12 will shift to this side. It will become a positive 12. That is equals to y. So you have got the value of y and you need the solution in x comma y format. Almost I have solved the complete problem. You just need to select the correct choice. Yes, students. So on your screen, you are able to see like this. The choices are here. Which is the correct one? We got the value of x to be 10. Which one shows x equals to 10? Just 5 more seconds and I'll end the quiz. 5 more seconds. 44 of you have already got the answer. And there I'm going to end it. Let's see how many of you have got it right. There 21 of you have got it right and 13 of you got confused on placing the solution. Just check, students. 13 of you have got it wrong because you have placed it the other way. Okay, we got x equals to 10. So 10 has to be in the first place. 10 has to be in the first place. Just check how we place it over here. So we got x equals to 10, y equals to 22, and we need to place it in the correct order. X is 10, so 10 first, and then y goes in the second place. So this was the answer. For all those who got it right, very good, congratulations. And for those who were not able to make it, no worries at all. You are learning. Learn by doing mistakes, no worries, okay? But please make sure that you don't repeat the same mistake, okay? So next time be more careful and try to solve out these problems, okay? And now I think that's all for today. We have done few questions and we did two type of word problems and we did similar type of questions on how to get the equations and how to get the solutions. Do practice some more word problems, and in the next class, of course, we will be again doing it interactive the same way, but the difficulty level of questions will be raised to a little more level. Okay, so that's all